When I was younger, I thought the smartest people were the ones with all the answers. Now, I'm not so sure. These days, the people who impress me the most are the ones who ask incredible questions. Because I've started to realize something. Answers tend to end conversations. Meanwhile, questions begin them. And if you're trying to understand the world, beginning the conversation is far more valuable. One of the most unexpected things about building Black Logic Media is how much time I spend asking questions before I ever start writing. Sometimes I'll sit with a single question for days, sometimes weeks, occasionally months. Not because I can't find the answer, but because I'm trying to make sure I'm asking the right question. I've learned that a great question can organize an entire investigation. A poor question usually produces poor answers. Take history as an example. A lot of people ask who was right, and that's an understandable question, but I don't think it's always the best one. Sometimes the better questions are, why did intelligent people believe this? What incentives existed? What assumptions were they making? What information did they have? And those questions don't just help us understand history, they help us understand human beings. And that's really what interests me. One reason I love questions is because they remind me that I didn't or don't see everything. The moment I stop asking questions, I usually start making assumptions, and assumptions are dangerous. And that isn't because they're always wrong, it's because they're often invisible. We don't even realize that we're making them. A good question shines a light on assumptions that we've been carrying around for years. I don't judge a conversation the way I used to. Years ago, I'd leave thinking, did I make my point? And now I leave asking, did I learn anything? That's an entirely different standard. Sometimes I leave with stronger convictions. Sometimes I leave realizing that I need to rethink something. But either way, I win. Because learning happened. People occasionally ask me, what's the goal of this channel? And it's actually very simple. Actually, the goal of both my channels, this channel and the Black Logic Media channel, are very simple. I want to build a community of curious people. Not people who agree with everything I say, but people who enjoy investigating, people who enjoy learning, who enjoy changing their minds when better evidence appears. People who aren't afraid to admit that they hadn't thought about it that way before. I think the world could use a lot more of that. Do you know what my favorite moment is while researching a documentary? It's not when I confirm something I already believe. It's when I discover something that surprises me, something that forces me to stop and to rethink, to go back and read more. Those moments are incredibly rewarding because that's where real growth happens. Not when reality agrees with me, when reality teaches me something new. Here's something I'd encourage you to practice. The next time you find yourself in a disagreement, Don't start by making a statement. Start by asking one sincere question, not a question designed to trap someone, a question designed to understand them. And you might be surprised how quickly the conversation changes. Questions have a way of lowering defenses. They invite exploration instead of competition. The older I get, the less interested I become in collecting answers. And the more interested I become in asking questions worthy of a lifetime. Because I think that's what keeps us growing. It keeps us humble. It keeps us curious. And maybe most importantly, it keeps us moving a little closer to reality. It keeps us moving a little closer to reality. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next conversation.